The report has not been made public. What's been made public is the Attorney General's summary of the Mueller report. And from there, we conclude that there was no collusion, as said in the report, and that the president cannot be exonerated either when it comes to obstruction of justice. But the critical point in all of this is that we have not seen the report.
What's up, YouTube? Back in the building with the Lamont and Larry show. This episode, we're talking about Robert Mueller. Larry, introduce yourself.
What's up, you guys? This is Larry with TodayIFeelLike.com. You guys can find me on YouTube at Today I Feel Like and Facebook, same place, Today I Feel Like. So, yeah, Mueller is, his investigation's completed. I don't know what that means since the Republicans are trying to block it from ever seeing the light of day.
So, in case y'all didn't know, this week, Robert Mueller finished his report. There was no collusion found. However, the report didn't say there was no obstruction of justice.
Right.
And when you say that, it now comes down to the Attorney General to release the report for all the American people to see. Congress passed a resolution that was completely bipartisan. Everybody voted that it should be released. Well, guess who's blocking the release of these documents now? Yo boy, Mitch McConnell. Larry, are we going to ever see what's in these documents?
Man, you know, I think we will. I don't know when, but I think we will. I think this is such a big issue. I think that either one, it'll be released. It'll either get to the point where they are, where they're going through and maybe they have to redact some stuff and they'll release it, you know, a redacted version, or I think it's going to be leaked. Now, I wouldn't be surprised at all if there is a completely unredacted version that's leaked at some point.
Gotcha. You know, I think that the American people, we need to know what was in there, because this man was accused of, in essence, treasoning. He was accused of fraternizing with a foreign power that normally this country has hated. This country has not been friends with Russia. We have never found a reason to be their friends. And I think that we're being disingenuous by not wanting to see this whole document so that we can know the full scope of what was going on.
Right. I agree. I think that because it's a hostile foreign nation like Russia, I think that it's something that we have to take seriously. I think the American people deserve to see it. Now, I know that because people nowadays are so hyper-partisan that they're just happy that their guy is supposedly getting off if they think that's what's happening. But, you know, I mean, the Attorney General Barr was brought in here to do exactly what he just did. He was brought in to come in and say, nope, I don't see anything in here that should make us want to move forward and prosecute or impeach or make any recommendations. And so, I mean, that's what's happening. And that's what he was brought in to do. That's what he did. And really, for all intents and purposes, his job is done. I mean, he can stay there or leave. I don't, you know, I mean, but that's what his job was to do, and that's what he just did. You know, the thing that's really frustrating with me about this, you know, frustrating to me about this is that we're not talking about some sex scandal. We're not talking about some Bill Clinton era stuff with an intern or something like that. We're talking about a presidential candidate and a president, you know, colluding with a hostile foreign country in Russia. And all of our intelligence agencies, every one of them has come out and said that Russia actively interfered with our electoral process in 2016.
Right.
We had Donald Trump up there on national TV at a rally ask Russia to go and find those emails. He was asking for the Russians to hack the DNC and Hillary Clinton and find those missing emails. Now, if that in itself is not collusion, asking for it and then have it happen and it benefits you, if that's not collusion, the thing that really scares me about this as an American is they have just set a precedent. So that the next time somebody decides, oh, this is the playing field that we're on. Well, you know, Trump was using Russia for his dirty work. Who's to say that the Democrats won't go to China or Brazil or Israel or wherever and say, you know what? we need our help. We need help too. It's an unlevel playing field because, you know, the Republicans are over here campaigning. They have corporate people. They also have state actors in Russia that are helping them. So we're going to have our corporate people, and we're also going to have state actors because we're going to go out and we're going to basically allow other countries to help us and lobby for us. And they're basically going to become, I mean, our electoral process is basically going to be up for sale to the highest bidder from foreign countries.
Mm-hmm.
It's been that way for a long time with companies, and we've seen, you know, in companies and industries, and we've seen how that's affected stuff with the environment and consumer protections. It's going to be the same now, except it's just going to be state actors.
Well, I think that no matter what party you support, what beliefs you support, just for the sake of being an American, transparency and understanding, you don't want the other party to have any upper hand in anything dealing with rigging in elections. I would think that the people that follow me who are supporters of Trump would want to see what's in the document. Why would you not want to see what's in that document unless you're afraid there's something bad in it? You know, it's like me telling my girlfriend, don't walk in that closet because my wife ain't in there. Well, what do you think she's going to do? She's going to open the closet because she wants to see what's in there. And if I know there's nothing in there that can give me a bad perception, that can cause me harm, you open the closet and you let her see what's in that closet, which wouldn't be anything. But I just think that if we want to keep this thing kosher for everybody, whether you hate a Democrat, whether you hate a liberal, whatever, we need to make sure that we know what happened so that it doesn't happen again.
I agree. And I think this hyper-partisanism has to stop at some point. We need to all come together and just be Americans. We can disagree, but we need to put, I mean, as people say, we need to put America first, and that's not really happening. We need to, not even just America, but we need to put Americans first. We need to put our fellow citizens first, and that's not happening because you have people on one end saying, I hate to say it, I hate to sound partisan in this sense, but you have one party where you have people running around basically hating, you know, 50% of the country, where you have all these people on the right that hate anybody who's brown, anybody who's gay, anybody who's yellow, anybody who's black. Well, guess what, people? That's half of America now. You know, you have these people on the right that are saying, I would rather be a Republican, you know, I'd rather be a Russian than a Democrat. Well,
you know, one of the issues that Republicans have brought up that is a great issue, but you always see them veer away from it. They are real good about putting fear and hate onto the government. But it's just funny now that Trump is the president, you love the government. If we as people, Democrats and Republicans, would rebel against what all our politicians are doing, Democrats and Republicans, they put the power of money and lobbyists above the will of the people.
right.
At some point in time, we need a resurrection of the system where lobbyists don't control the country. That's who really controls it. And we need to find ways to put our energy into that. But the issue with that is you've got to find politicians who are not going to be bought.
Well, we can kind of throw that away, that whole idea away of not having companies and lobbyists, you know, buying politicians, because now, I mean, realistically, what they've just done, where they've just said, well, there was no collusion, what they've really done is just said, not only can lobbyists and who lobby for industries and companies buy politicians, but now so can foreign countries. And I mean, what are you going to do with a foreign country? You can be mad at them. Maybe you can say, well, we'll put some sanctions on them. But if their candidate wins, there's no sanctions that are going to happen.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
If your candidate wins, I mean, there's not going to be, I mean, maybe you have an investigation, but what good does an investigation do if the person in charge is the one who gets to put the man in place, who's going to determine if the investigation should even go forward? He's going to put someone in place who's just going to simply say, nope.
Yeah, man.
I don't see any reason to prosecute. Nope. I don't see any collusion. Nope. I don't do this. I will say this: the one glimmer of hope I think with all this is, you know, the week before this report was released, you know, Mueller went into the D.C. federal courts and filed like 30-something sealed indictments. And so, while people can sit up there and say there was no collusion, while people can sit up there and say that there was nothing wrong happening, there were, you know, there were proven. It's been proven that there were multiple levels of crime happening, of various collusion with Russia and Russian agents. There have been convictions, there have been guilty pleas, and there are also, you know, dozens of indictments out there. So, you know, I doubt we'll see it, but I would not be surprised, not even disappointed if the moment that Trump leaves office, that the FBI show up and put him in handcuffs and lead him away.
Oh yeah, the New York District Attorney is after him, and folks, we'll get you out of here on that. Don't forget to like our video, comment, subscribe to both channels. Let us know what are some bipartisan things that can be put in place to bring the country together. Bipartisan, meaning you have to include everybody, black, white, gay, Mexican, man, woman, whatever. What do you guys think can help bring this country back together? I say we get rid of lobbyists. Larry says he's got great ideas too, but we want to hear from you.
What do you got?
Yep. And on this one, I'm going to hit Larry's outro. Love. We definitely need peace. But you also got to get that hair grease. See ya.